Hello juniors, bonjour. Let's do your notes for the 6th of November, Saturday. Right, let's start off with sentence construction. We shall use these phrases: no sooner than, if, then, possibility, if, then, wish, and hardly, and when. All right, let's start off with number 1. So you made a sentence: no sooner had I opened my windows than some mosquitoes flew in. Perfect, very good. Excellent sentence. Number 2, if you study hard, then you get high score. Why is it incorrect? Because of this: noun, common and singular. A score is a noun. Is it common? Yes. Is it singular? Yes. Does it need an article? Yes. Same mistake here. If you study hard, then you get a high score. Okay, this is much better. If you study hard, then you get a high score. Or if you study hard, then you can get or you will get a high score. Right, that is the best sentence here. Okay, let's see number 3. Hardly had I opened the door when my cat ran out. All right, somebody is writing their notes. Okay, I had hardly opened the door when my cat ran out. All right, number 4. If I were a bird, then I would fly in the sky. So that is if I were, then I would. Or I could sometimes. Sometimes it can be I could, but if I were, then I would. If it's could, it has to depend on the original sentence. So please focus: if I were, not if I was a bird. If I were a bird, because you aren't a bird. But if you were a bird. If I were a cat, then I would drink milk. And let's look at number 6 now. If the weather is good, then we can go camping. Okay, the sentence is correct, but I wanted one with the wish, not with the possibility. So, if the weather were good, then we would go camping. Okay, why have I put it incorrect? Because the original sentence did not have will. The original sentence had can. Hence, if the weather were good, we could go camping. And I shall explain it more in detail. Right, so can becomes could, will becomes would, shall becomes should. Keep that in mind. So the weather is bad. That's why we can't go camping. Not we will not go camping. The weather, we want to go camping, but the weather is bad. That's why we just can't go camping. Nobody can go camping in bad weather. Some people do, but most of them do not. So if the weather were good, then we could go camping. All right, please keep that in mind. Let's go on to part B. So we read a passage. So the writer talked about, or he said that people who have back problems should cycle or should go cycling instead of walking. So why? Because the feet don't carry the weight. So then I formed a question: when you are cycling, where does the weight of your body go? So the first answer that I got was: when cycling, the weight of my body get burned. Okay, there's a grammatical error and the sentence is not correct. We are not talking. Always answer the question from the passage, not from anywhere else. So we are not talking some calories or fat getting burned, nothing like that. So when cycling, the weight of my body goes to the saddle of the bicycle. When cycling, the weight of my body rests on the saddle. That is much better. All right. Okay, she does not play piano as well as her sister. Kindly do not make the same mistakes again and again and again. She does not play. She did not play. Why has this sentence become past tense suddenly? So she does not play the piano, not piano. Common singular, as well as her sister. Please keep that in mind. The people who live next door to us keep having dinner parties. All right, very good. Have you heard from Maria since you left school? All right, these are the sentences that we revised from last week. All right, let's see part C, pronunciation. All right, the first word is familiar. Are you familiar with this theory? Second word is unfamiliar. So familiar, unfamiliar, not familiar or something like that. Familiar, unfamiliar. Number 3, discussed. Do not leave the sentence, do not leave the word halfway through. Discussed. Number 4, daily, not dally. Dally is something else. It's got a different spelling. Daily. 5, gives, not gives. Please give me, or he gives me. Gives. Short and crisp. Gives. Number 6, demand. Demand. 7, inevitable. Like I said, this is not table. This is not a table. These are not tables and chairs. That's a different table. Inevitable. Suitable. Similarly, number 8, suitable. Inevitable, suitable. Number 9, provide. Provide. Open your mouth and speak it out. Number 10, shortage. Shortage. Why is the R not capital? Why is it a small r? Because the R is very soft over there. The R sound. It's not shortage. It's shortage. Number 11, saddle. Not saddle or anything else. Saddle. The N has to be saddle. You have to end it with the correct sound. Very good. Let's go on to grammar. Right. Somebody asked me what were compound adjectives. So compound adjectives and modifiers. Compound adjectives are formed when you take an adjective or an adverb, or you take an adjective and a past participle, or you take an adverb and a past participle, something like that. You take two different words and you make it into an adjective. Two words with a hyphen in between. So this is word number 1. Then you put a hyphen and you put word number 2. All right. So two words combine with a hyphen to form one word, which acts like an adjective or as an adjective. If you break down those two words, are they really adjectives? Well, one could be an adjective, the other could be something else. It could be a past participle. Sometimes there are no adjectives at all. Right, so such words, two words which combine to act like an adjective, are known as compound adjectives. So I just showed you a small example, and we shall, as we move on, we shall get a better idea. So he has an open mind. Right, so he is open-minded. Right, so what did we do? We took the adjective, we took these two words, and instead of saying he has an open mind, he is adjective. This is acting like an adjective now. It has been compounded, hence compound adjectives. Right, I hope you understood that. And as we move on, we shall see some more examples. All right, so the plurals of foxes, foxes, not foxes. Right, so watch out for the spelling. And the plural of couches, couches, not couchies or conchies. All right, very good. So again, you asked me a question, what was board of directors? So I told you board of directors, and we saw something more like CEOs, chief executive officer, chief operations officer, the COO, CFO, chief financial officer, the person in charge of the finance or the financial affairs of the company, chief technical officer, and before, the companies used to have just like a chief engineer. Especially now, even now, if you have a large factory or a large plant, production plant, refinery, something like that, there will be a chief engineer who is in charge of the engineering aspects of that particular plant, factory, refinery, whatever it happens to be. All right, and rug and carpet. So remember, the difference between a rug and a carpet is the carpet covers the entire floor, the entire room from corner to corner. A rug is like a carpet, but usually it's smaller and thicker. It need not be thicker, but it usually is thicker than a regular carpet. And the rug can be washed. You can put it in the washer if it's especially if it's a small rug, and you can wash it, but the carpet can't really be washed. It has to be cleaned in a different manner. Alright, that's all for today's notes. Juniors, please write your notes down. Please watch the other batches videos and the other videos that I keep putting up. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye, adios.